The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. Right, 40. 54. Watch 54. Here we go. 11. Ready.
Now the third leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a gain of 13, first down Rams. So many questions about Todd Gurley in the offseason. How good is the knee? I mean, remember, he had a heavy workload the last couple years, nearly 4,000 yards from scrimmage, 40 total touchdowns, but just 4 carries in the NFC Championship game, 10 in the Super Bowl. So we'll see what kind of usage he gets this season.
11. Go ahead, baby. Go.
On 1st and 10, Love. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
On first down, Locke. Now a hit, and Locke lost the football. It's out. But it looked like a Rams player was able to get his hands on it, yes. So they will hold on to the football indeed.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 39 yards there, a big one.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Hey, D-line, let's get in now. Switch.
Back to the ground game here. Gurley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. A.J. Klein on the tackle there.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. Zuerlein, of course, last year had likely the iconic field goal of the season, booting that 57-yarder in the Superdome to send his squad to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you really hurt the Saints fans on that one, didn't you?
Sorry.
They didn't want to hear that at all. But this guy deserves his nicknames. Greg the Leg, Legatron, because the ball goes through the post at a heavy rate, 87% in 2018.
So Brees going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Check, check. Lucky. Hey, kill.
This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Ready? 5-8. Check right. Pick the edge.
Now on 2nd and 13. Brees. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack. 3rd and long now after the sack of Brees, and the Saints up against it here.
Here we go. 54. Mike, 54. Watch a slant.
Now Brees. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. And that's complete to Cooks. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Cooks now in his 2nd season with the Rams. He's had 4 straight years over 1,000 yards. He had 2 with the Saints, 1 with New England, and then he went over 1,000 again last year with the Rams. 80 catches, 1,204 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Gurley. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Check out. 674. Watch the slant. Check. Rifle. Hey, Delta.
3rd and 2. Locke. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive.
Here we go. Let's bring it. On. Let's bring it. Check 9. Check hot route. Hot.
Fresh off the pick 6. It's Locke. Steps away. Now a hit and Locke lost the football. It's out. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you've got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2 as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation.
Hey, break it down, fellas. Break it down. Check 99. Check 99. Check.
On second down, Kamara. The former Charger All-Pro, Eric Weddle, on the stop.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Ready. 5-9. I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Breeze to throw on 3rd and 1. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Samson Abuka in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
Check 43. 11-Z. 12. Hey, check.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Luck nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Tighten up. Pull it together. Strong right. 10. Under 10. Motion.
3rd and long. It's Locke. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. It's like, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. They begin on the ground with Kamara, and he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And that run, that changes the whole mentality about the drive right there. They were starting on their own 2-yard line. They just wanted enough space to punt the football successfully. Now they're talking about putting together a drive.
Toss play, Kamara. Kamara's got the first down and then some. And all the way down to the 25-yard line.
Let's go,
A big play there out of Kamara. 68 yards. And you hear it all the time, but that's one of the dangers of the blitz. You get past that first wave, nobody else is there.
And when teams blitz, what they're trying to do is make you lose your poise, lose your timing and your tempo. But when you hold it together, you can really hurt them the other way, getting past that first wave.
Brees going to throw. Again has it complete. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
At the Rams' 22-yard line.
They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side, 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Brees. And this is incomplete. Johnson, the intended target. 3rd down here.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Now Brees going for it all. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10.
11Z. I'm coming after you. I'm coming. Hey, Alpha. Check 50. Check 50. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. No.
Now a 1st down throw. Locke. Airing it out deep for Woods. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. 1:50 left to go in the 2nd quarter. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. So after the INT, it's Brees. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Brees leaves this one with Kamara. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Shotgun now for Brees. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Check 13. Check 13. Hey, box drop. Box drop. Motion. Right.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And, this is taking him one-handed. What a catch. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Luck. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Out of the gun, Luck. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Luck now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
Hey, wahoo! Kill!
Play action, it's Luck. And he's taken down here by the Saints. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now it's Luck. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Check 31. Alert. Kill.
Quickstone, travel.
Hey, turn it up.
John Wright.
Check 4. 6 guy. Check 6 guy.
40. Easy. Alert.
He's checking crack.
A shotgun snap for Luck. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. They're going to go for it here on 4th. Luck in the offense is going to stay out there. Henderson going to run for it. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down to the backfield. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on Here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On first down, Breeze. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
54 Mike. Let's go. Let's get this ball.
To throw again on second down. Breeze. It's caught. Smith. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
To throw is Breeze. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on third and medium to pick up the first. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for first and 10. Now a toss, Kamara left side. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5, and it'll be a second and long.
58, right over there.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. Got his open man, it's Carr. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice...
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Marcus Johnson, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, LA! Robert Woods. His second touchdown on the season. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
You ready?
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
And the Saints first down.
So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. Now Kamara. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. On 2nd and 11 now. Breeze. Eluding the pressure right. And this is Cook with a grab. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
95-56. Opposite.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jalen Ramsey with a sack on the corner blitz.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. And an update from a game going on out in Denver. You saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. They defer to Brown to start the drive. Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, LA! Malcolm Brown, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now, 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on, and remember what I said. It's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
Yeah, my bad.
So Breeze going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Running with Kamara, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Again, it's Kamara. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Throwing now is Breeze. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Tre'Quan Smith, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Check.
On 1st and 10, Locke. He gets it to Cooks. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the third quarter. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Watch his slant. Watch his slant.
SOS, SOS, SOS. SOS, SOS, SOS. Check, 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 check.
Monday. Blue draw quarters.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
They gonna need some Reggie. You go
From the gun, here's Love. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cameron Jordan. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53.
Five.
You don't want none. Pick up the ball. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
To try again after the sack. Luck. Now that'll be caught by Cup. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
12. On.
Here's Locke. This is caught. It's Cooks. Touchdown, LA! Brandon Cooks scoring a touchdown against his former mates as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. So that's a really big play here in the 4th quarter, and don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just 1 score. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. I don't want to say that they're completely against the wall here, Charles, but all of a sudden, with the run that they've been on the other sideline, this is down to a 3-point game. They got to be careful.
Not much space from their back to the wall, though. So you're exactly right. They've got to be careful here. But this is where the value of note-taking and recall comes into play. What was working earlier? Why was it working? Can you get those types of matchups again? And can you run those plays that'll get you a little bit more breathing room and a little bit of space?
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. 20, 10, and he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Michael Thomas, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
11. Hey, Haywood.
Back to the air. Luck on second down. He's going to air it out deep for Woods. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Robert Woods, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Zuerlein connects on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Michael Brockers in on the stop. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And that's going to be intercepted. Taken by the Pro Bowler, Eric Weddle. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. Thomas, the intended target. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And they will finally get him down, and now penalty flags coming in as well. And they might get half the distance here to boot. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal.
Hey, check 24, check 24.
On the carry is Henderson. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
They'll look to run with Henderson. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Darrell Henderson with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Rams are going to jump back in front. Zuerlein good with a PAT. And that will make this a 4-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Sammy!
Well, now they'll try the end around. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
We're good. Ready.
On play action. Now Breeze. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Samson Ebukam getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
It's a sack. Come on, fellas.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. After the sack on first down, Breeze flush to it, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. That was a safety blitz by Eric Weddle. Third and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here.
87's getting the ball. 87.
He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Two huge plays there down the stretch. The sack on second down. Now they force the incompletion. That's going to lead to a do-or-die fourth down.
And they look like they've got the confidence right now that no matter what gets thrown against them, whatever play gets run, they have the ability to shut it down. They're just brimming with it right now.
He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr. So now it may look bleak, but this one not over. They do have all three timeouts.
Even at this point on the field, where it looks like, you're really backed up, hold them to a field goal. That's the mantra right now. You hold them to a field goal. You still got a chance to take care of business on the other end, but you're right. The three timeouts are going to be key. How well they use them to preserve clock as well as stopping them, that's the key to giving them a chance to win. And that's one of the reasons we like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Again, it's Henderson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Hey, check. Bravo.
Back. No. Me.
On third down, here's Henderson. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. And Zuerlein's kick is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a...
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on third and long. They got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.